5 different guys with 5 or more sacks on the season, so you can't really just focus on one guy. Each guy pops up, and that's the most, or that's the second most in the NFL, Jim, to have that many guys getting sacks. And Russo's turn here. Boy, he just was able to maneuver right past Broderick Jones, the first-round pick out of Georgia. And it's a loss of 11. 2nd and 21. Draw. Warren. Pass Johnson. And he got about 12. For Hyde's able to chop him up. This is a staple play here that keeps coming up on tape. It's the shotgun draw. And I see Warren have great patience and then hit the hole and find. I mean, he's going to find a hole somewhere, but they create big plays over and over again on this, 10, 15, 20 yards. But he's got the 2nd best yards per carry of any back in the NFL this season, only behind Christian McCaffrey. So you can see his talent in a 1-2 punch. Third and 8. Russo almost got him again. Rudolph to Freiermuth. One move for the first down, and he just runs over the defender. What a job. Elam was just completely bulldozed. Take a look here. He's looking off to the right. His vision's over here. He's going to end up getting back all the way to Freiermuth there, and right there to reset and have the ability to go back to the other side, the instincts. Warren this time. Twisted down after a yard or 2. Secretly, that'll come back. If Pittsburgh has a chance to win this game late, you could literally go back to that play that Rudolph did by getting out of the sack, and then Freiermuth putting his head down and getting it, as saying, this is how they stayed in the game. A drive that began at their 8-yard line has now advanced to the Buffalo 12. Second and 9. To the end zone. It's not there. Johnson's looking for a flag, and he got it. Deontay Johnson. And he's jawing with Elam, who was the victim of that Freiermuth run.
Number 24, defense. Ball be placed in the spot of the foul, automatic. First down.
Yeah, Elam's definitely holding right there. That's a penalty for sure.
I mean, a tough series here for Elam, the first rounder a year ago. That's as obvious as it gets.
I mean, this is very difficult. These are some great receivers. Johnson missed 4 games this year, and Pickens. I mean, the biggest difference in the changing the offensive coordinator, they're moving these guys around. They're not just staples, and that's really allowed them to run different true routes and open this offense up.
On 1st and goal, they go up the middle. They fake like they were going to go around with Austin. Let's go to Trace.
Jim, you guys talked about Kaiir Elam being out there. We know Rasul Douglas has been out for this game. Christian Benford dealing with a knee injury right now, which is why he's not out there. He is in the locker room being further evaluated. He's questionable to return.
Yeah, they're going to miss Douglas out with that knee. Elam, as a result, getting a lot of action. There's Elam breaking up to the top to try to cover Deontay Johnson again. 2nd and goal. They're looking that way to Johnson. There's the pass. And it's picked off by Elam. Oh, boy, does he make up for those other 2 plays.
And they tried to risk it with almost a comeback, thinking that Elam was going to be soft. And you talked about having a rough drive. Well, this more than makes up for it. You're trying to time this up down and away, and the ball's just left inside. And Elam adding.
Rudolph. Here's the 3rd and 5. First down. Picked up by Diggs. Right in front of Joey Porter Jr.
And this was just 2 high-level players. Joey Porter, who had some of the longest arms in 20 years coming out of the combine, has played really well coming on this year. But tall task when you're out there. What a move by Diggs. Like, to be able to stop on a dime like that and then possibly Take a breath and kneel down.
There's Cook breaking free and then slammed down, but not until he picked up 9 yards with that one. It was Mark Robinson who tossed him to the ground.
Great job by Mitch Morse, the center, 60. Does a great job displacing. And here's when he went down the previous play. Grabs a little sip of Gatorade and says, all right, I was thirsty. Here you guys go.
2nd and 1. Cook changes direction at first down. Boy, Cook has been a boost for them, hasn't he? I mean, the second half of the season, the Bills, the last 9 weeks, were the NFL's #1 rushing team.
That's exactly why both these teams took off. I mean, since the last 9 weeks in November, they're 1-2 basically in the NFL, and that's the coaching change. It was just like, we got to be able to make the game simpler. It's not like the other quarters. They were both really good. It was just, that's what happens sometimes, but they've made a concerted effort to have the game also go through him and not just put the whole thing on Josh Allen's shoulders like years past. That's why I think they can win the Super Bowl.
On first down, swings it over, pass wasn't there for Andy Isabella. By the way, the AFC playoff picture, as we take a look at it here, with that Houston hammering of Cleveland and Kansas City, able to knock out Miami last night. This is the last piece of the puzzle on the wild card weekend. So Baltimore are waiting to find out who it will host. Of course, the Texans anxious to find out, are they traveling to Baltimore or to Kansas City?
And boy, is Stroud for real.
Unbelievable.
I mean, tell you, he's outstanding.
Here's Cook. They got 4 Steelers waiting for him, maybe even more, including Miles Jack. That performance, you know, we've been watching Houston games together, even though we haven't seen him in person, and you just have so many superlatives to say about this rookie.
He's poised under pressure. What he did in Indianapolis on the final drive, I mean, he's making throws that only the top players in the league make under extreme pressure, and I mean that from the defense and from the end of the season. He's here to stay for a long time, and now you got another one in this AFC.
Cook limped to the sideline. We got a 3rd and 8. Josh steps up, and he's going to get the first down. Oh, there he goes. No one's going to get him. Incredible. Breaks it for the touchdown. 52 yards.
Unbelievable. Josh Allen. We talked about him. No one in NFL history in the playoffs is dependent on really more. Him and Mahomes really, with their legs in big key moments. 15 rushes last week. He's wrapped it up with his legs, and none bigger than this one right here. 52 yards, and he shows the extra burst. Unbelievable. He is the definition of a game wrecker on offense.
Extra point, pass, 21-0. I knew he was going to pick up the first right away. I did not expect a touchdown.
Watch this. When he gets hit, he thought he'd go down. Then he gets the top speed right afterward and runs away from the DBs. And look at the crowd here, Jim, erupting in Buffalo.
You know, Big Ben, the great Ben Roethlisberger,
baby.
Joe Brady going crazy here. They've often compared Josh to Ben about how difficult he is to bring down, but he can run the football faster than anyone that you would think with that size.
Well, we know about Lamar and his ability, and he's another one, but that was separating like that a little bit. But I'm telling you right now, if Buffalo wins this game, think about who you have. With Joe Burrow being hurt, you might have the 4 quarterbacks who played the best this year, right? You Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and C.J. Stroud.
In the AFC divisionals.
Shows you how important a quarterback is. This is brand new news, everyone.
That is some
if you have a quarterback, you have a chance to win in the NFL.
Serious star power right there. Of course, on the NFC side, you're going to have Purdy. With course, you got Goff coming on.
And Jordan Love was playing as well as any quarterback in the NFL.
I have to say, we saw him last week. He was just sensational. He backed it up with a brilliant performance last night against Dallas. That pass was intended for Washington, and nothing happening right now for the Steelers. They got third down coming up.
This is a must right here. I know the game's getting away from you. You got to protect the football. You can't give them a short field. But remember, Pittsburgh started with the ball. Not the start you wanted, obviously. Turnover. Protect it, but you've got to extend this play, do something. I'd come after him if I was Buffalo. Try and end the game early.
Well, here they come. And Rudolph got completely manhandled by Oliver on the throw.
And this is what Ed Oliver's been doing all year. He gets the one-on-one matchup. Great job, and you'll see him right in the middle. Little swim move, and then makes Rudolph not be able to progress through the play because he would have had an open teammate in the left side of the field. And you couldn't ask for a better start if you're Bill's organization, could you, Jim?
All the way around. Harvin punting in the other direction, struggled. 34-yard average on 3 punts. This is going to bounce around and help that average at the 22-yard line in the league. But they lost 4 games by 10 plus, and they're down by 21. That's where the ball begins, right here. This drive at the 21 to Cook. And he's able to get to about the 25. And we've got an injured player. That is Roberts. He's on the sideline now. He wants to stay in the game. Let's go back down to Tracy.
Well, Jim, I'll get you an update on Roberts as soon as I get one. But Dalen Spector, who's in because Tyrell Dodson is out for the game. He's dealing with a back injury, and he is questionable right now.
Spector, who almost came up with that fumble recovery that was not a victory on the challenge front. That's about the only thing that Bills have not won so far. They go to Cook. It's around Highsmith. And he's near the first. Oh, they said he stepped out first, 2 yards short of it.
Yeah, and you talked about the emergence of Cook and how incredible he's been this year in the run game and the pass game. A few drops here lately, but otherwise, this should have been a loss. And right there, he ends up getting almost 10 more yards after that. And that's why having a guy like him, it's amazing how difference makers when you can all of a sudden get out of a tackle and extend, allows your team just to be in phase.
Ty Johnson comes into the backfield now. On 3rd and 2. There's Johnson. Oh, what a nice second effort. Bounced off a pile and darted ahead to move the chains.
You watch the motion. They have an RPO up, which means you can run, pass, option. The quarterback decides based on the front and the look. You can hand it off or throw it for a quick screen over there.
And now Cook comes back in. You remember what Josh told us the other day in person. Ty Johnson loves him as a player because he's always going to finish every play, and he did right there to keep the possession alive.
Exactly right. And this doesn't continue without Cook finishing on the play before.
Pass complete. It's Hardy, who returned the punt last week, and now he's got a ball all the way down to the 32-yard line.
Just too much space on the outside. Patrick Peterson, who's had an incredible career, but look at the space he gives up, and Hardy's got juice. You got to respect the deep route, and right there, the footing on the ground. For a team who's been out here all the time and understands how to use it, getting in and out of the break, and Peterson should have just taken his shot right there, and instead, Hardy uses the juice and gets a huge play for Buffalo.
33 yards for Hardy. First down. Cook. Gain of about 3. All right, we got the Verizon halftime report straight ahead with JB and all the crew. will have their first half analysis. And all that's coming up on the Verizon halftime report.
Well, you're trying to take this clock down. Score whenever you can, obviously, but at this point, I'd still run the football, especially since Hayward's on the sideline.
2nd and 7. Pass over the head of Johnson.
These are the little things, right, that we want Josh Allen to have control of the game. We always do. We're a good running team. Hayward's on the sideline. To me, that was a run. Take it to the 2-minute warning. Because now all of a sudden you don't get this. Pittsburgh has a real shot of getting back in the game.
On 25. On 25. 51 down. Cut.
3rd and 7. Down the middle. Almost intercepted. That was Eric Rowe.
We talked about it. He's been playing outstanding. What a play there. Hey, you know what? Jay Feely, our specialist. Can they kick this field goal, Jay, from this distance? Where can they take it out to go in this direction?
You know, I thought going back to 50 was right on the verge. Both kickers kind of struggled going this way in warm-ups because the wind was blowing a little left. But there's not a lot of wind right now. Obviously, you got the cold weather, so the ball doesn't go as far. But this is right on that verge, Tony.
Right, 49 yards. Bass knows all about the swirling winds here. Oh, boy, that is blocked. Pittsburgh makes a play. And Sam Martin, the punter, and Holder, looks like he was injured on that. That's the 4th block, Jay, by the Steelers this year, as you see Martin holding his hamstring.
Jay, you said it. They had to have it, you said, before the game.
Had to have a big play. It's right on that verge. It's like, hey, do we need this 3 points? Everything's going our way. Do we just punt it down there and pin them deep? They get the big block, and I think even bigger, Sam Martin may be pulling his hamstring, and you don't have your punter the rest of this game.
Wow.
As Herbig with the recovery, boy, are they high on him, the 4th-round player from Wisconsin. And there's where the punter pulls up.
And that is big in a game like this. And right now, that was the opportunity Pittsburgh needed. Now, granted, it is halftime, so we're going in. There is time on the clock, I promise you. Just have a little malfunction here. But talking about them needing a big special teams play, Jim, why that was possible is because Jay told us that's right at that mark. So as a kicker, you've got to drive that ball low to try and get it there. And it was far too low.
Adams was the one who blocked it. Here's the handoff to Warren. And Warren gets 10 yards out of it.
Wow, Pittsburgh needed something like this to get them back in the game. You had them. That's 2nd down and 7. They should have ran the ball and taken it to 2-minute. Now you've given them life.
2-minute.
Might have taken one. Now Pittsburgh did. Now Buffalo did. That's exactly right. If I'm Sean McDermott, most people would be like, we're up 21-0. Good call there.
Again, another reminder, the Verizon halftime report is coming up. There's all the crew. Phil ready to go. JB ready to lead. Coach Cowher watching the Steelers. Nate and Boomer. Their first half analysis and all the latest news around the league coming up on the Verizon halftime report. I had Matt Ryan with him yesterday in the studio on a special edition, bonus edition of the NFL Today as this game got delayed.
Changing the play, quarterback telling them actually it's okay. We got what we wanted here, so they like it.
2nd and 4. He's got the completion and he tiptoes out. Does Pickens near the 1st down yardage.
I'm really impressed. He's an outstanding receiver. He's really come on. And the way they're using him now, Eddie Faulkner, Mike Sullivan, just giving him a lot more than just lining him up outside. He's inside a lot, running stuff from inside, outside, across the field. But him and Johnson are the two guys you got to watch for here. 18 and 14 is who they want to get the ball to in the red zone. Those are the most targeted players.
On first down, they're going ground. And it's Warren to the 10. A timeout called by the Bills.
That was really smart right there. Make Buffalo use their last timeout. Don't allow them to have another chance to score.
We're back in 30 after this from Progressive Insurance.
It's been so long since I've seen you.
You guys should come over and watch the game again this Sunday.
We would love that.
You said you didn't want to watch the game with them.
What? No, I didn't, sweetie.
You said they never stop talking.
Girl, I never said that. She just be making stuff up. We don't need to see the replay.
You let's take it.
This What Really Happened replay is brought to you by Progressive. One thing no one would challenge, saving money when you bundle home and auto with Progressive.
See?
Where is that bus?
Tomlin and McDermott. They crossed over for a couple of years in college at William & Mary. Teammates. Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's caught for the touchdown. It's Deontay Johnson.
And that's who we talked about. You got it. He's the guy that gets a lot of the one-on-one matchups down here when teams are worried about Pickens. Watch up top. You're going to see all of this get flushed out inside and create space one-on-one, and he just crosses the face. What a great route of Jackson right there. I mean, that's his 4th touchdown in the red zone this year and the most targeted, and it continues.
And last year he caught a lot more passes but didn't score a touchdown. That's his 6th touchdown of the year. With Deontay Johnson, extra point is good. So they're able to make something out of the blocked field goal.
Now you've got life if you're a Steeler fan. It was looking real bleak when they were driving down.
Well, the NFL was proud to be supporting an initiative called Realizing the Dream, a movement that rallied communities to perform 100 million hours of service leading up to the 100th anniversary of Martin Luther King's birthday, which is today. And we can all contribute to MLK's legacy through acts of volunteerism and social change. To learn more, visit Realize the Dream.